they are exporting the ingredients to make the medicines. They don't have sufficient resources to clothe themselves. The people do not even have clothes, yet they are making clothes for other people. Where is this food being exported to? Where are these ingredients and these resources and these minerals being exported to? Where are these clothes? These fashions? Where are they being exported to? Who is consuming all of these things? The West, America, Australia, Europe. That small percentage of the world's population. Controlling, consuming, and exploiting the resources of the world. Why? Because of a way of life, the Coca-Cola culture that teaches you that the way to enjoy your life is by following your passions and your desires and satisfying your base animalistic instincts. This is the reality. And in order for this society, this culture, to continue to exist, it is necessary that large portions of the world's population lives in poverty and is subjugated politically, economically, and ideologically. Because the Western capitalist materialistic system depends on being able to exploit people. It depends on being able to acquire food and minerals and resources and labor at the most minimal cost, and to be able to repackage it and resell it at the maximum cost. This is the reality of the Coca-Cola culture. This is the reality of the materialistic philosophy that is now dominating the world in which we live. And the reality is that the Western world will stop ultimately at nothing. Wars, instigating wars, inventing wars, murdering people, bombing them, killing them. It is all not really important in order to achieve the ultimate goal of dominating the world economically and politically and militarily. Why? As they say, to guard our precious way of life. That's what they say. That's what George Bush told us. To guard our precious way of life. Their precious way of life means that we are free to follow our passions and our desires, that the way to be happy is to have as many material goods as you can, and it doesn't really matter if the rest of the world suffers as long as we have our precious way of life. That's the reality. So what has this got to do with the Muslims? Why therefore do we choose this title, the Coca-Cola Muslim Generation? What is taking place here, of course, is a war, a conflict. Not a conflict, mind you, necessarily of arms and weapons, but it is an ideological conflict. It is a war of ideologies. It is a war of worldviews. It is a war, a battle concerning what is the nature of the human being? What is the purpose of life? Why are we here? And what is the reason for our existence? And what is the means for the human being to achieve true success and true happiness? This is the war, this is the conflict that is taking place. So what we find is another worldview, another ideology, another concept, and that is Islam. Islam teaches something quite different. Islam teaches that the way to success and happiness is not by acquiring material possessions. It is not through seeking to satisfy your passions and your desires and your lusts and following your whims and your inclinations. Rather, the needs of the human being are quite different to that. Islam teaches that those who follow this path, who worship this God, because it is a type of God, it's a type of deity. When you worship your passions and your desires, it is a type of religion in reality. It's a type of worship. It's a type of deity. That this is a false God. It is a false deity. Islam teaches that this is not the way through which human beings can achieve the real success. Because that is not the nature of the human being. Rather, Islam teaches that there is a creator, one God, who has brought this universe and everything in it. He has brought it into existence for a reason and for a purpose. Everything has a purpose. Everything has a reason. And this begs the question. This begs the question. What is our purpose? What is the reason for our existence? Why are we here? What is the purpose of the existence of the human being?